Carr from Crochet Crochet, and I'm here today to show you how to make this beautiful summer's day washcloth. And it's made using the blanket stitch, so I'm going to be showing you essentially how to do the blanket stitch as well in this crochet tutorial. Okay, so what you're going to need is you're going to need some cotton, worsted weight yarn, Aran in the UK. I'm using some 100% cotton that I got in a shop when I went out with my sister and I found it. It's not kind of a name brand, it's just a cotton that I found, and I thought it would be perfect for making these for the market. I like to sell these washcloths and dishcloths at the market. So yes, you're going to need worsted weight or Aran in the UK, cotton. You can use Lily cotton. It's sugar and cream, and I think that's from Your Inspirations. Or also you're going to need a 5mm hook, and you're going to need some scissors, and you're going to need a yarn needle. I used a metal one. Okay, I'll show you it later when I'm weaving. So the blanket stitch is made with multiples of 3. That means you can use 3 stitches or 6 stitches or 9 stitches at the beginning when you're chaining. And then when we're making the blanket stitch, we are going to be repeating a single crochet followed by 2 double crochets into the same stitch. That forms the blanket stitch cluster. Okay, so I'm going to start out here. We're going to make a slip knot. I wrap it around my finger twice, pull one over like an X. I'm pinching it at the back so I can hold it. Then I pull this one right over, and then I feed my hook in and pull, and that is a slip knot. Slip knot. Often in videos I find myself saying slip stitch. It's just a slip of the tongue. Okay, so we've got our slip knot, and now we're going to, for this summer's day washcloth, we're going to chain 27 because we want an 8-inch square washcloth. And the crochet gauge for this doesn't really matter. Some people crochet tighter and others less, but it's approximately 8 inches. Okay, 1, 2, wrap it over, pull it through, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to go until I've got 27. Chain 27, and don't do it too tight because you don't want the edge of your washcloth to pull in, so it's not too tightly done. Now I'm going to find the third chain from the end, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to double crochet into there. Wrap your yarn over the hook, go through the third chain from the hook, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over, pull it through 2, yarn over and pull it through 2. And now we're going to do another one into the actual same hole. You can see my finger poking through there. Yarn over, put it in to the same chain, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that acts as a pretend single crochet and 2 double crochets because we're just starting it out. Okay, so that's how we begin. And then we're going to skip 2 chains. 1, 2 chains there. Then we're going to single crochet into the first one that we come to after we skip 2, and into that same one that we did the single crochet, we're going to do 2 doubles. 1, 2 double crochets. Kind of gaps a little bit at the beginning, but that's okay. And we're going to skip 2. 1, 2, and into the next one, single crochet and 2 double crochets. This is how we make the blanket stitch. I love how combining different stitches in different ways creates different textures. Okay, so now make sure we've got the chain lying flat. We're going to go 1, 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and into the third one we're going to single crochet, and in the same one 2 double crochets. 1, 2. I do have tutorials on how to do single crochets and how to do double crochets. I'll link them down below if you need those, if you're not familiar with how to do those basic crochet stitches. Okay, now we're going to go 1, 2, skip 2 chains, and into the 3rd chain, put your hook through and pull it up and do a single crochet. Now put your yarn over and do 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, we're going to skip 2 more. 1, 2, and into the 3rd one, put your hook straight in, no yarn over, do a single crochet stitch there, and now 2 double crochets into the same chain. Now we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and then into the 3rd. That's why we have to do it in multiples of 3, so it works out. Okay, 1, then 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Okay, now we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and in the 3rd one, a single crochet and 2 double crochets. We're getting near the end. And then we're going to skip 2, and in the last one, yes, we skip 2 and we do a single into the last one, and then into the same stitch, 2 double crochets. And then we can do a single crochet into this last where we started with our slip knot. It's a bit hard to get this last one on, but we can do it. There we go. Single crochet there. Now we're going to single crochet to go up to the next row, and we're going to turn our work, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets into that first space there where we did the chain 1. The chain 1 acts as our single crochet, and then we've done the 2 double crochets. Now we're going to skip over all these, 1, 2 there, and we're going to go into that hole where this single crochet should have been, okay? Because that's 1 double crochet there, 1 double crochet there, right? So we're going to go into the place where the single crochet was, and we're going to do a single crochet. Now we're going to do in the same hole 2 double crochets. 1, oops, sorry. And 2 double crochets. And once again, that's a double, that's a double, that's a single from the previous row. So we're going to skip over those, and we're going to go right into that space where we started our single crochet. And we're going to do a single and 1 double crochet, followed by another double crochet. Then we're going to skip over those 2 doubles and into that single space there. It's quite a big space when you look. We're going to put our hook in and do a single crochet, and into the same space 2 double crochets. 1, 2. My cotton is quite stiff, so you might notice me having problems with my hook. And then we're going to skip over these 2 and go into this space where the single crochet started from the previous row, and in that space we're going to do 2 double crochets as well. 1 single, 2 doubles. That's a blanket stitch. 1 single, 2 doubles. We don't have to do any more skipping stitches on the bottom row, but we're skipping them up here. 1, 2, and then into that space, single crochet and 2 doubles. Okay, and then here we go. You can find it right there. It's that big space there. Single and 2 doubles. Okay, and then here's our last one. Don't go into these ones down here, go into the one right there. Single. Fingers are great for pointing out spaces. We can see our fingers underneath. And 2 doubles. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. And then we have another one here, single crochet, and 2 double crochets. 1, 2. And right at the end here, we are just going to skip over those 2 stitches and do a single crochet stitch at the end of it. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn, and we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to do 2 double crochets right where we have that single crochet from the previous row. 1, 2, and we're going to look at this now. You'll see there's 2 double crochets, and there's the single from the previous row because we did a single and 2 doubles, right? So we're going to go right into that space with a single crochet, and we're going to do 2 double crochets into the same space. And then we're going to skip across, and we're going to go into the next single that we see there. We skip 1, 2 stitches, essentially 1, 2 stitches, and we go straight into that one. So you can carry on across the row until you get to the end. Here we are at the end of this row, and I've just done my 2 double crochets into that space. So I'm going to skip over 1, 2 stitches and go into that single crochet from the previous row with a single, and now 2 double crochets, finishing off this row. And then at the end, what we're going to do is just skip over those 2 stitches and just single crochet into that last one, and we're going to chain 1 and then turn. And then we're going to start out by doing 2 double crochets in the beginning of this next row because that's the singles essentially. Now we're going to do 2 doubles. One. The yarn's getting all in my way here. 2. Okay. And once again, we'll start skipping over into the space, a single, 2 doubles, a single, 2 doubles, a single, 2 doubles, a single, 2 doubles, all the way across, finishing off with a single crochet into the last stitch. So I'm going to ask you to go away now, and for this to be 8 inches square, we are going to need 14 rows. So off you go. Oh no, sorry, 18 rows. I'm sorry. So we're going to need 18 rows, and when you finished your 18 rows, you can come back and see what we're going to do when we've got that done. We've come to the end. I'm going to do the weaving in part, weaving in the ends. So I like to thread. You see how there's sometimes cotton can separate like this? I like to sort of just put my needle in, pinch it, and then thread it through that way, and that's easier, okay? And so then what we do is we have to go in and out, okay? In and out of the stitches. Okay, and then we pull it. And the rule of thumb is usually to go around 3 times. Now, I might have cut this a bit short. Go twice. Hope I'm in the camera here. In and out, in and out. And sometimes if your thread's short, you can get away with threading it through a bit and then pinching your yarn and pulling it through. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more. pinch it, thread it through, and pull it. And then we can cut that off. We do that to both of the ends where the yarn is. And we now have our beautiful cloth, which is 8 inches square. Okay, sometimes, you know, you pull it that way, or you pull it that way. This is crochet. It moves around. But isn't that a pretty texture? I just love the texture of the blanket stitch. And I hope you do too. And I think it's a beautiful washcloth. It's almost too pretty to do dishes with. And I thought it would be a really nice gift for a spa, part of a spa set if you make a soap saver or something like that. I'm doing a hand towel in this stitch currently that will be coming up soon. And yeah, I might make like a little set using the blanket stitch. So I hope you've enjoyed learning this new stitch. And please follow me, subscribe, and click on that little bell because that notifies you when I'm putting up new crochet videos. I'm trying to do more now. I've got into a bit of a routine with them. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I love this stitch. Oh, I didn't tell you how to count. Maybe I should tell you how to count these stitches, okay? They kind of go at different angles. So to count the rows, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You kind of zigzag down as you go according to where the clusters lie. Okay, thank you. Bye.